Alright guys, Shelby from Fish on Films here. We're going to talk a little bit about jigs today. Jigs are a great tool to use. A lot of people don't like to use them. A lot of people that I know of don't like to use them. But I love them. They're a great tool. Wintertime, it's really a year-round bait. You got to know how to throw it. We're going to talk a little bit about what I throw them on, which types I throw, and what I pair them up with. So here's the deal. I got my Quantum Evolve right here. Yeah, this is a bad little dude. It's got a flip switch on it. It's the strongest reel I have. I like to pull bass out of heavy cover. I'm talking, you know, they'll get wrapped around lily pads, heavy grass, you know, treetops, anything like that. You know, that's my thing. I got a 7.6 All-Star rod, medium heavy. Let's see. And, alright, so, and yeah, 30-pound Power Pro braid. I like to throw braid on pretty much everything unless there's clear water conditions, and then I will be throwing 20-pound Seeger fluorocarbon. So let's get started on the jigs. I love these little bitsy flip small jigs because I've had a lot more luck on these jigs than I have in the bigger jigs. I'm not saying they don't all catch fish, but these little guys, for some reason, maybe just the past few months, they have been wanting a smaller bait. So these little guys are awesome. Check it out. You got your little weed guard there. I usually do a little bit of trimming to that, but look how heavy this hook is. See how small this bait is? It's got a heavy hook. Big bass love these things. The skirt kind of gives it a, you know, a little bit bigger profile when you pair it up with that little chunk. So with that being said, you got to check this out as well. When you're buying jigs, you got to look at this. A lot of the times the eye will come up in line with the hook. So a lot of the times that bass will hit it. When you go to set the hook, it gets hung on this eye instead of the hook, and it slips right out. But on these little bitsy flips, it's you can see it goes well over that. So just one little thing to look at. So that's the small little bitsy flip jig. You're going to have your football head jig. Now these things are amazing. In deeper water, when it's cold outside, these things are the truth. You are going to drop it down, and it's, you know, a lot of people think it's going to land like that, which, you know, depending on what type of trailer you have, it's really not going to do that. It's gonna lay flat on the bottom like that, and you're going to drag it or hop it, but when you're hopping it, that trailer's going to kind of ride up like that, and it's going to imitate a big old crawfish down there. You can swim it, you can rip it, you know what I mean? You can do a lot of things with it. That's why it's so good, and the skirt makes it look so big, like, you know, meaty, and they want to, you know, some of those bigger bass want a bigger meal. So that's that for the football jig. And then you have your heavy cover flipping jig. I believe this is the Greg Hackney flipping jig. So as you can see, Greg Hackney is a big fan of not having the eye in the way. And this head, this arrow-shaped head, is going to pull you through a lot of heavy cover, more than most. This is a 3/4 ounce. Red and brownish, looks like a green pumpkin magic-ish. But anyway, I love these net bait right here, these pack of crawls. I have so many colors of them, but they're affordable. They're only like $2 a pack, and you know, they last. They don't tear up very easy, and they have a good swimming action too. The little deals, they flap underwater. So that's that on the jigs. I want to show one more little thing about what I do when I bust the pack open with a jig in it. So what I like to do, I like to open it up, and I like to just look at it a little bit, and you can see how the skirt will kind of just, you know, sag down like that. So what I like to do is I like to flip them over, even the skirt out. Alright, and you're going to want to trim it a little bit. And you want to trim it at an arrow, like a point, so to say. And that will make the skirt stand up a lot more. You see how it's got a lot more bounce to it? And that's an effective little tool. And most of the baits I buy straight out of the box, I always have to modify them. Like a lot of times this weed guard will be too thick, so you're going to want to take it like that and snip it at an angle, you know, just a few of them. And that'll help your hook sets out, because sometimes, you know, you'll miss some fish because of that. But yeah. So with that being said, I like to keep my jigs in a nice organized little container like that. And I like to keep them organized because if you're on a big bass and you know that he's going to want this or that, you got to know where this or that is, or you're not going to be able to get him in time, you know, because they will, you know, they'll move on. You could spook them with the trolling motor or whatever. But yeah. So we're gonna be doing a few more of these vlogs on, you know, what I like to do, what techniques I like to do certain times a year, and things of that nature. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Fish on Films. Thanks, guys.